Hey, everybody. Here we are on a Saturday afternoon. Lots of gambling going on. And gonna do some quick run throughs as to my lineups right now, because it's everything starting at 7. And then recap what happened last night. I can pause. What's up? Um, not anything tasty. Probably something dark. Yeah, because I'm more or less using just to sip on now. Um, something like that. Yeah. Not a Guinness, I don't think. Yeah. Right. I'm getting low on Bombay Sapphire too. I might have drank some of it. Unless it's hiding somewhere. Hey, Monk. What's up? Before I got into my gambling, I was about to do we're sorting out what kind of beer and alcohol I need. Not immediately, but that I'm running low on. I've been drinking a lot of the gin 'cause I discovered gin and lemongrass is really good. No, I was telling Dave that too, but yeah, that sounds good. So my story. So before I do a quick run through of my lineups that are coming up at 7 o'clock, I'm going to do my quick run through story of the day. 50 every day of his 50th year. Today is August 1st, so we started a new month. Last month, yesterday, we closed out the Myrtle Beach stories. Going into August 1st. And going to get back to a little bit. Going to move away from some of the trips and stuff and just go to some experiences. And this is August 1st, and this is actually apropos, since I was just talking about beer and liquor. I wanted to take a note and remember my first taste of real absinthe from the UK. Um, yeah, for the longest time, and still to some degree today, uh, absinthe was kind of outlawed in the United States. It wasn't illegal to own it or to buy it, but it was illegal to make it or to sell it or to bring it in from out of the country. Um, it's the laws have loosened up a bit nowadays. You can get absinthe in America now. It's not quite as um, high of a wormwood content that you can get in the UK, but you can get it. But there's this really great company. I think it's a great company anyway. It's called Alandia, Alandia, and they're a company that's based somewhere in the UK, and they essentially guarantee shipments from the UK to anywhere in the United States. You know, delivery's fairly expensive, um, but they have these couriers that deliver the UK absinthe pretty much directly to your house. And they guarantee everything. They're like, if it gets stopped at customs, we will ship another package for free to you. So it's kind of like a guaranteed, they guaranteed their delivery. So that's pretty cool. Um, we would normally, what we would do is we would order 12 bottles at a time, just because it was the most cost effective way to get it. So it would last forever. I'm not a huge fan of anise, licorice, black licorice flavored things. But then there's just something about the whole absinthe ritual with the spoon and the dripping water and falling over the cube and watching it cloud up. That was a thunder. There's a giant lightning strike right here, by the way. So if I disappear, hope that I'm still alive, but assume that my power is out and that lightning struck. It's getting really dark outside. This could be interesting. Um, but just the way that the cube melts into the absinthe, the clouds up, and I just loved the whole concept of it. There's hundreds of different brands of absinthe that you can get, different flavors. I found a number of them that weren't made with the standard anise. There's one that I really like. I might be breaking up here. Hello, come on back. Come on back. Come on back. There we go. We good? Looks like we were breaking down there for a moment. I think I'm still here. Monk, are you there? Can you still hear me? Can you still see me? Maybe. Maybe I'm good. It looks like I'm good, so I'm gonna keep going. Um, but in case any of it got cut off there, there's hundreds, dozens, hundreds of different brands and flavors that you can get. Um, you know, okay, cool, cool. Um, I found a great one that I love called Gold 68, which uses orange peels, the rind from orange peels, to help the flavor rather than anise. I love it. It doesn't cloud up the way that the traditional absinthe do with the anise, but it's still delicious. Um, we even purchased a fantastic water fountain, which maybe I'll try to get a picture of it and attach at some point. But it's a fairy figure holding up a big glass vase that you fill up with ice and water, and then you can turn the little spigots. It's got 4 spigots on it to let it drip down over uh, your sugar cube. So that's it. That's my memory for the day. Is just the first time I got to try absinthe. I've been a fan ever since then. So that's been the last 20 years, I guess now. Um, but if you like black licorice, definitely try to get some. You'll love it. Even if you don't, get it, check it out, taste it. There's the effects are definitely overblown in the movies in terms of things like oh they saw the green fairy and they were I mean that was more or less just a issue back in the day where people were getting poisoned, which might have led to its outlaw actually when you come to think of it. But today, there is a bit more of an effect. It's not just like drinking regular alcohol. There's a sharpness. There's a there is an effect to it, but not something that is gonna change your world. Well, it might change your world, but it won't take you out of commission. So that's it. That's my memory. Absinthe. Try it. Check out Alandia, uh, and it's worth it. So that's it for that. Now, to run through, it is unbelievably dark out here. It's it's really it's it's starting to rain. We've lost the signal on the TV. Here comes the rain for real. I'm going to keep going here. I'm going to try and run through a few of the... You might be able to hear the rain. That's the rain. I'm going to run through real quick some of my lineups and what I've gone through here. First of all, MMA. Since that's starting in the next 45 minutes. Right, yeah, it's pouring down here, man. It's probably headed your way, TK. Uh, I looked at the storm track and it's heading in kind of a northeasterly direction. So it's coming from the southwest. I think that's the general direction you're in from where I'm at. All right, so looking at my current lineup for my MMA, this is a another 176 person single entry tournament. If I have time, I might go with a double up here somewhere. But right off the bat, if we look at the bottom here, get this up here, yeah. There's not many fights tonight. A lot of people have gotten taken out by either by injury or by COVID. So there's not a lot of fights. Cody Durden, not Tyler, Cody Durden, and Gutierrez might be the first fight. I think there was supposed to be 11, but I'm not even sure who the 11th fight is right now. I think that one just got canceled as well, so I don't even think there. Yeah, there was Perez was supposed to be in there, but he's out now. So I think Gutierrez and Durden is the first fight. I gotta take Durden. I mean, his name is freaking Durden, and he's fighting. Um, it's a big upset pick. Gutierrez is heavily favored. Gutierrez dominated in his last out where he just kept on. If you're still here, TK, he pulled the cat lord. The last time that this Gutierrez guy fought, he just kept on kicking this dude in the leg, and eventually made it to the point where the guy couldn't continue anymore. Like he just couldn't take the leg kicks anymore. There were no, he was completely undamaged. He just kept his distance, kept on kicking him in the leg, kicking him in the leg, kicking him in the leg. He totally dominated it. But he was fighting a completely different guy than Durden. Durden has a big edge on the mat. He's a good wrestler, and he's good at grappling. He's good at chain wrestling, putting him up against the fence and holding him there. There's more than a few people that are picking Durden to win the fight with a submission or a ground and pound. The expectation is that Durden's not necessarily an idiot. He watched the Gutierrez fight last time. He's not going to want to take those leg kicks, and he's going to go for the takedown. And if he gets him down, he's got a big edge on the mat. So this might be a case where recent performance is really covering that money. We'll see. Maybe he'll come out and dominate and knock the guy out. I don't know. But for me, Durden at 7,000 is a great opportunity that if he wins, we save some money and we get ourselves a little bit of extra cash moving forward. Another one. Let's see. The next one that I was looking at. Yeah, I skipped over a number of the fights. Um, and then there's Frankie Sains versus Jonathan Martinez. Again, this is another one. Martinez is the favorite. Um, but again, Sains has a big edge with wrestling. Um, he might be able to hold his own on the feet, but the expectation overall seems to be that if it stays on the feet, Martinez would win. But if Saints can take him down, he will grind his way. He may not get a submission, but he's gonna continue to uh, he'll do what he has to do to try to get the win. Halden is an up and coming star, so I had to go with him. 89, not a bad price. Um, Meerschaert and Herman should be a good fight, right? Meerschaert took it on real short notice, and he's fighting up in a weight class. Um, he's got a good edge on grappling. He's got a good edge on his feet. Um, Herman might be a more powerful striker, but overall Meerschaert is probably the favorite there. Is he the favorite? Yeah, he's a favorite. Then you've got the I don't know how the name is pronounced. Uh, it could be Luck. It could be Luke. It could be Luque. I don't know. But Vicente versus Randy Brown. Um, Generally perceived, Vicente here is better everywhere. Uh, he has taken a lot of punishment, so there's some concern that maybe he's not there all the way. But he's a pretty heavy favorite. Pretty decent favorite, not heavy, but pretty decent. Um, the main concern here is that Brown stays alive long enough to do enough damage to Vicente, and that the chin maybe becomes a problem. Hopefully, Vicente can get a submission early on, and then you got Shabazian against Brunson. And this is the one that Shabazian is a pretty huge favorite. Uh, Everyone's kind of looking for Edmund here to get a knockout or a stoppage, TKO. So we'll see. So far the MMA has done well for us as far as the sportsbook goes, but not great. Similar to golf, but not great for the fantasy. So we'll see how much time we have left here if we're gonna get any bets in anywhere. Then also coming up here, I've got two different two different baseball lineups. I have a lineup for head-to-heads and double-ups, and a lineup for a larger 1,960 person tournament. I haven't been hitting it great on the Major League Baseball yet. Not sure what that is, but we'll see. What I'm looking at on this one is I actually have three different lineups. Yeah. I have a slightly different lineup for my double up and for my head to head. For my double up, I'm focusing on the pitching. I'm going with Glasnow and Carrasco, both of which are had great performances thus far. Lots of strikeouts, not giving up many runs. So I'm going with them. And then I'm focusing on value in the Colorado San Diego game. Again, this is a double up. So if you can get some steady, good, strong, solid pitching is usually more predictable. Not always, which we'll see when we look at yesterday. But in general, pitching can be a little more predictable. You know, okay, they're going to get me around this many points. Batting is more hit and miss because if they're not hitting, if they're not getting 2, 3 runs or hits and RBIs or getting a home run, then you wind up getting disappointed. So anytime there's a game in Colorado, you got to look at Colorado. Which I neglected that last night and it didn't help. So I'm going with value in the Colorado and San Diego at Colorado game. Um, and then taking a couple guys from Boston who hit Tanaka, I think is the guy pitching for the Yankees, who hit him very well. Both Moreland and Benintendi. I don't know if do I have it up? Yeah, both of them hit Tanaka really well. Moreland has faced him 27 times and he has 8 hits against him. So that's a 296 batting average. But 5 of those 8 hits are extra base hits, and 2 of them are home runs. And he's got 7 RBIs. So I like that, especially batting in the number 5 spot. And then Benintendi is batting leadoff. He has faced Tanaka 29 times. He has 9 hits. That's a 310 batting average. 4 of them are extra base hits, and 2 of those are home runs. So I like those filling in the position. Plus, they're both very affordable at 37 and 3600. Then took a little bit of power. Machado, again playing in Colorado, batting second. Story in Colorado. Kemp, he's batting 5th in Colorado, and he was extremely affordable, so I had to go with him. Went with Upton. He's going against the Zach Greinke. That's who's pitching for Houston, and he hits him really well. He has faced him 34 times, and in those 34 at bats, he has 12 hits, which is a 353 batting average. Half of his hits are extra base hits, and half of his extra base hits are home runs. Plus, he's got 6 more walks. So, again, also very affordable. 3,500. So we've got a hot hitter against this pitcher for 35, another hot hitter, and then and then 2 good hitters, Machado and Story. I don't know if either one of them are. Yeah, Story hits Lucchesi pretty well. 286, not great, but 4 extra base hits and 2 home runs. And then Machado, he's been hot. And then after that, just went for values because to get those 2 pitchers is difficult. So that's the lineup that I'm going with my double ups. In my head-to-head, which again, I'll still share these now just because the audience is not large. Eventually, I will cut back on this for a couple of different reasons. One, don't want to give away your lineup when you're playing head-to-heads. And then 2, I don't want people to get into the impression that, oh yeah, I'll just take this lineup. That's not fun. There's no fun in that. Obviously, normally when I'm doing my streams, I run down through my suggestions and my thoughts. I don't give away the entire lineup. I just don't have the time to do anything else right now. And I want to make sure that everyone has a chance, if anybody checks it out before the game starts, to get some insight into things. This is what I'm doing for my other for my head-to-head lineup. I'm still going with Chatwood, or I'm sorry, I've changed up my pitchers. I'm going with Chatwood and Smiley. To save some money. Chatwood is a late start going against Pittsburgh, who's really been struggling. And then Smiley, I know it's only 6.1 average, but he only pitched a few innings, and he's kind of warming up. He had a great performance against somebody good, maybe the Dodgers. I can't remember. I think it was the Dodgers. Um, yeah, so to be able to save that money right there, I liked it. I'm going with more of a Colorado stack here. Arenado is another guy that hits. Chesney well. What's he got? He has hit him. He's faced him 19 times and he's got 7 hits. So 368. 4 of those 7 are extra base hits. 2 of them are home runs. So I got him and Story, both with Dahl. Well, even though he's not hot against them, he's batting first. So I've got the 1, 2, and 4 hitter. Um, then I went with the second stack with with Boston again, Moreland and Bentanetti because they're both hot, and then Pillar just because he's batting second, he's been hitting well, um, and it might give me a chance to get some extra damage there. Then I just filled in with what was available. Profar batting cleanup for San Diego. I was able to throw him in there and then just grab Maldonado because I needed to fit somebody else into my lineup there. So that's my head to head. We'll see where that goes. And then lastly on baseball for tonight, I have a larger tournament entry. Which again is a bit of a switch up, but what I did on this one was very heavily focused on the Colorado game. Thunder. I went with Chatwood again on this one. And I went with Godfrey just because he's super cheap. I know he's going against the Yankees. There's at least a couple of guys out for the Yankees today. Um, so again, this is a bigger tournament, so I'm hoping that I can get a low ownership here and that he'll do okay. And then focus on a San Diego stack. Went with Fan, Tatis, Machado, and Profar. That's pretty expensive overall. But then I was able to get Upton. Like I said, Upton hits him hard, and he's affordable. I was able to get Kemp, uh, batting fifth for Colorado in Colorado. Again, very affordable. It was too hard to pass up. And then took McMahon for Colorado, who's batting sixth. Uh, Again, it's Colorado, and get Butera in there. So really hoping that the Colorado San Diego game goes a little nuts tonight, and that my players go well. And if Godfrey, maybe I can kick off, get into the groove on Major League Baseball here. So that's that. Now a quick review of last night. Quick review of last night. Like I said, first of all, let's go with this one. This is my head-to-head tournament. Is that right? No? There's my head-to-head tournament. Um, what's going on here? do, 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 do. No, no. Huh. Well, you can see. I have to take a look for. I have to get a new format for the head-to-head tournaments to display properly. McCullers, definitely cost us. 9,000. Bad outing. I mean, that's just a bad outing to spend 9,000 on McCullers and get 3 points. And then also, I was hoping that Chicago would get more points. They got 6, not bad, but not by any way that really gave me good points. On the other hand, he went with a pretty heavy San Diego stack that overall paid off for him. So, you know, like I said, that did not work for me in the head-to-head baseball last night. Um, there was a that was my only baseball entry from last night, right? And then I entered a couple. I entered 3 different tournaments in basketball last night. The first one was a larger tournament, 3,921 people. Overall, pretty decent performance, with the exception of Hild. That was the one that really wound up keeping us out of the money. We were 12 points out of the money, which is a lot of points. I think it was 1,200th place overall. But otherwise, Morant, Bogdanovich, Jackson was a great pick. Vukovic was okay. Would have liked to see a little more from him. Brooks, Ayton, Hardaway. Happy with pretty much all those guys. This guy was the one that and he was only 19.2% owned, so it didn't hurt a lot of people. So just out of the money on that one. So that was disappointing. However, on the double ups and the head to head, let's see, is this? So on the head to head, again, I'll have to work on this. I guess I haven't done head to heads before. Here, so I'll get a new layout to show these better. But so let's see if I look at this here. So you can see. There's no way to make that bigger there either, is there? This was a really tight game overall. He had a great pick there in Smith, getting him 31 points for 4,000. Walker, another decent pick, 3,200 at 25 points. Levert at 7,800, only getting him 30. He wasn't thrilled about that. He was psyched about Collins. Holmes hurt him. At 5,100, only getting 18 points. Doncic did fine, and Antoine Nambatuputuba did great, obviously. They're supposed to. 10,500 on each of them. And then Allen at 5,800 for 24 at 75. Not great. On the other hand, this was a tight one, and thank goodness that the Houston game went into overtime, because I was losing at the point with 45 seconds left in that Houston game. Morant did fine after a really slow start. He came back and wound up getting over 47 points. Good job. Brown a little lower than we'd like to see. For 4,700, not great. Jackson was a great pick here, 4,900, and getting us over 43 points, perfect. Vukovic again would like to see him get a little bit higher, but okay. Murray hurt us, only getting 21.5 points for 6,100. Kuroks made, basically made value for us. 3,318 points. 18 points here for 3,300 compared to 18 points here for 5,100. That's a big gain for us. And then Jackson here at 20, 20, almost 21 points for 4,300. Not terrible, but not great. Harden, though. Go against Harden in heads up and double ups at your own risk, man. I mean, the guy took over that game at the end and into overtime, scored over 85 points. I mean, it's hard to believe at 11,000 you can exceed value that much, but he did. And that's with no double doubles or triple doubles, which he was close on. He was very close to going over 90 points here in that game. But you see, we came back here at the bottom if it shows. Wound up getting enough to win that heads up. And then similarly on our double up, this was a $25 double up. 919 people entered, 400 positions paid. We finished in 349. Again, we were not in the money with 45 seconds left in the last game of the night. Less than half the people I know is 41%. But, more than 59% of the people did not have Harden on on their roster, right? And you're looking at 44% of the people in this kind of double up win money. And 41% of people had Harden. I'm definitely one of those people that got into the money because of what Harden did. A few other things worked. I mean, like I said, again, Kuroks was good, and Jackson was golden. And you can't complain about, anytime you're getting over 40 points from $7,000, that's definitely outdoing value. So again, the double up and the heads up was able to cover all of our wagers from last night. So that's good. So now to touch base on where things are at right now today. Oh, well, let's see. There's a few minutes left. Do I want to throw in a quick head-to-head or a double up on MMA? I can maybe enter a quick double up. Hold on, did something just happen? Was there a change? Meerschaert is out now. That I gotta change my lineup. Something just happened. We gotta jump over here. We had Meerschaert. He's not fighting. So that fight is out. That's 8,300. We drop him. That leaves us with 8,600. Um, 8,600. There are not a lot of fighters left, man. There's not a lot of fighters left. Let's take a look at the quick. Nate Maness versus Munoz. Venata versus Bobby Green. We could go with Venata. This is a rematch. There was a Fight of the Night award. We're gonna take Venata. Just because we don't have time to do much of anything else right now. So that was really great that we just looked to find out what was happening and maybe enter a double up. So now let's take a look at a quick double up. Let's go ahead and throw that lineup into a double up real quick. $25 single entry double up. And hey, let's hope that we get lucky and a couple people missed out on the fact that that guy is no longer fighting. And let's just set up a quick small $10 head to head. Create that contest. And just go with the same lineup. And we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting. All right, so then what I was about to say was touching base on the other stuff that's happening. We've got golf happening. Um, our uh, fantasy theme is midway. It's about halfway up right now. Weisberger's killing us. He's been over par been significantly worse each round. Shot a +1, a +3, and now a +5. So he's up at +9. He's doing terrible by all accounts. McDowell was our big money saver at 6,100. He shot -2 and then it's gone even. I'll take that. He's tied for 29th overall. Answer rebounded today. Yesterday he had that +5. Today he shot -5. So he's back up to 28th place. Horschel did fine again. He had an even and a -2. So he's at 29th place. Berger did well. After that opening round +1, he's had back-to-back -3s. He's up to 17th place now. And again, we have bets on him as well. We have him for top 20, top 10, top 5, and to win. And then we have Justin Thomas, who shot a -4 today. He's at -8. So he's at in 5th place. Overall, Hatton has been screwing us a bit this weekend. He has not. This has been by far his worst tournament. Hatton, Yeah, I had that at +4 now. Homa has also slid a lot. He's down to a +1 overall for the tournament. You know, we had him for to win because of the odds for a small bet and top 20. He'd have a hard time getting to the top 20 right now. You know, he'd have to shoot at least a -6 tomorrow. Um, so we'll see. We'll, I doubt that. Hatton is at a +4. He's not going to be able to make it anywhere. So really, what we're focusing on is Morikawa. We have a decent bet on him to be in the top 20. He's at a -2 right now, tied for 29th. He can definitely crack the top 20 tomorrow with a decent round. And then Berger, yeah, at a -5 right now, tied for 17th. Higher he gets, the better. You know, -8 would be top 5. So he's only 3 strokes behind that. Um, the leader right now is at a -12. So that's pretty strong. Top 10, it starts at -6. So Berger's just 1 stroke off of that. Every little increment that we could get from Berger would be helpful. So we'll see how that rolls out. In terms of what's going on right now, we have some basketball lineups happening. And hockey started today. So right now, taking a look at, we do have a bet on the Penguins. At $50 bet for them to advance past their opening round against Montreal, and that came with a bonus of every goal the Penguins score in that entire series. We get a $5 bet, free bet afterwards. So right now, as far as I just went with the one NHL lineup. I was doing this at like 5 in the morning last night. Um, I just went with a single entry, $12 single entry, and still, now it looks like okay, so I can make this change. I started the Jari for the Penguins. It looks like Matt Murray is going to get the start, so we can easily make that switch over to him. Um, Here is where things stand right now as far as hockey goes. That's not my team. That is my team. Um. So that's what we got so far. Um. Dre Sadel getting some points, 21.6% ownership, goal, 4 shots, and an assist. Um. Conley was our primary money saver. He got us a shot and goal and a block shot. Yeah, I'd like to see more of that. Disappointed here. Um, that he only got 1 shot on goal. Would have liked to have seen him do a bit more. Was happy with Kako. Get a lot of shots on goal and block shots for only 3,200. That's a good one. Clefbaum, we're fine with that. 2 assists. There. So it's really going to come down to our our penguin stack tonight. Um, right now we are. Right now we are. Let's see. 55th, 55 place gets money. Um, right now, 55th place is 98.3. So roughly 47 points back. There are a number of. We still have 240 player minutes remaining. Most of the folks in front of us, let's see, but from 55th down, there's a 120, a 180, a 0, a 120, a 60, a 120, a 0, a 120, 120, 0, 120, 120, 120, 120, 120, 60, 60. There's a few other 240s as well, but there are a lot of 60s and zeros and a lot of 120s. So we can still make up that ground and see what happens with that. This was a tough one just because it was an ugly start time for me. Um, and then we've got some basketball tournaments going. We have a $10. What was it? 2,941 team entry. We are right there. We are currently not in the money. And here's what we're looking at right now. Clarkson. We went with Clarkson. 3,900 wound up with 18.75. Not terrible, but would like to see a little more points out of that. Hoping that Reddick can keep scoring for us. He's up to 8.5. He's projected for around 20. Um, Leonard off to a decent start here scoring. Uh, he's projected for mid 50s. That would be great. Would love to see more senior pick it up here, man. Um, this like I said, this was our larger this is our larger tournament. So I went heavy on the Lakers, yeah, on the Clippers. Um, and let's see. So far, I mean, George scoring all right. I like to see him get a little more than he's projected at right around 40. I like to see him get higher than that. Jackson's doing great so far. With 17 and a half, he's projected at just over 30. Um, but he's on pace. That's good. Could possibly be looking at a double double there. That would be nice. George's been hitting some 3 pointers. That's nice. Like to see him. Just pick it up. Chris Paul did good for us here. He had a good, well-rounded performance of 40 points. And then we got Emblin going later. Who's going to be one of our main hopes. Hey, so we'll see how this winds up. That is our that is our bigger tournament. And then we are in two head to heads. So we didn't do any outright double up with that one. With this, we are in. Let's see, this head to head right here. Which let's see where that's at. One. Let's see. We're getting one. Let's see. Guys got a big lead on us, 203.75 to 100 and uh, 205 to 135. So he's got a 70-point lead on us right now. Um, we both went with Butler, so those points canceled out. We both went with Clarkson, those points canceled out. We both have Leonard, those points will cancel out. We both have Paul George, those points will cancel out. Um, he went with Michael Porter Jr. I went with Bol Bol. Michael Porter got 18.25. Bol Bol got 10 and a half. So he picked up 7 points there. He went with Jokic, who wound up with just under 40 points. For 9 grand, that's not awesome. That's not awesome. And then he went with Adams, who wound up with a decent 36 .25. And he's done. He's got one player left. He's got one player left um, at point guard. I'm not sure who it is. I really thought it was going to be Reggie Jackson, um, but it's not. So he's got somebody going later. Um, I still have, yeah. So right now, I've got Favors going. Um, Favors right now is projecting around 27, 28 points. Um, he's got 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Still in the second quarter. Outside shot of a double double there. I would love to see that happen. What we need is we need Favors to wind up getting close to what Adams did. Um, the Clippers are destroying the Pelicans right now. It's 69 to 40. 69 to 40 in the second quarter. Uh, so we need Derek Favors. Maybe get some garbage points there. If the Clippers start slacking off a little, we need to see Favors pick up some points for us. Um, so Brogdon is out. Olapido is in. I got Aaron Holiday starting in this. So again, what we need is we need to see Favors as far as this heads up goes. We need to see Favors get close to what Adams had. We need Emblid to score well. At least outdo Jokic. And then we need to see Aaron Holiday have a decent performance and try to sort out who they've got in their point guard position. We'll see. We have to catch up to them. And our other heads up, we have a second heads up. These are both $10. These are, two $10 heads ups. Um, and the other head, in this heads up, we are a quarter point up. We have 27 more penalty minutes remaining than they do. There's a fair amount of crossover here. Let's see. Oh, maybe there's not. Let's see. No, not too much. Again, he went with Porter. I went with Bobo. We both have Paul George, so those are going to cancel out. We both have Clarkson, so those are going to cancel out. This guy did go with Reggie Jackson. It is Reggie, right? Is it Reggie? Yeah, Reggie. Reggie's playing well here. I've got Leonard. He does not. I also had Jimmy Butler. He doesn't have him. He's got Ben Simmons. So you got Ben Simmons and Emblid are going to be going. Yeah, who's going to score more for Philadelphia on that one? And then he's going with Lapido. So it'll be interesting. It'll be a tight. It'll be a tight contest going all the way down there. I'm sure. Uh, MMA's underway, I believe. Baseball's kicking off now. Kicking off. Hey, K Rock. We'll see. Favors. I like to see Favors score points. So now, looking to tomorrow, what's happening? Let's see. Looks like the basketball starts at 2 p.m. tomorrow. 6 games. I'll probably do that lineup later tonight. Baseball. They're not up yet for tomorrow. NHL has 5 games starting at 2 p.m. tomorrow. NASCAR is a 3:15 race. We'll probably look at that tonight. K Rock? Is that you, K Rock, or is that K Rock's mom? Are the fights on somewhere 206 or somewhere else or right? The UFC fights. What's on 206? That basketball. Do you see? It could even be. It could be anywhere.
PGA Golf Tours on 218.
Let's see which. No, it's not that one. We don't want that. Let's see. What? Oh, looks like it's only on. Yeah, it's only on ESPN Plus.
Oh, okay. Red Sox and Yankees are on.
What channel is the Penguin game going to be on?
ESPN.
It could be down on 11, or it could be
Yeah.
up on Fascisson. That's not for an hour. It doesn't start till 8.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, obviously, that's what we want on.
Yeah, Canadians Pens 8 o'clock, channel 11.
Okay, well, yeah. Just keep it here then until 11. What? Until 8. Um,
Celebrate your first sports just before all touchdown.
again. All right, folks. I think that's. I want to sign off for now. I might be back later. After this is done, and to do some gambling for tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. And I'll definitely be getting in lineups tomorrow for NASCAR, the early hockey start, the early baseball start, the early basketball start. Um, you know, I am a night creature, so I am normally um, awake until around 4 a.m. local time, which is Eastern time. Um, I do not, like rushing to wake up and have to get my lineups in early tomorrow. So weekends aren't that great, except during football season. I will wake up early for football. Um, so yeah, I might be back on later tonight to run through some of the lineups I'm doing. If you're looking for some early thoughts and a sounding board on what you might do for tomorrow, swing by later tonight. Keep an eye on me. Follow me. Announcement will go out when I go live. I'm thinking maybe midnight-ish Eastern time. Swing by, ask questions, and we'll talk and see who we think are good starters for tomorrow. Until then, though, be safe out there. Keep having fun. Keep gambling, and good luck.